This episode is brought to you by Bulldog's Premium Choice. We all make choices. When you choose BPC, you made a premium choice. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, it's going to be a fun journey. The first one's obviously going to be a little choppy. It's really just an introduction into myself before we really get into kind of what it is that we're doing, why we're doing it, and I really hope that it resonates with some of you guys. And really, at the end of the day, if I can encourage somebody to maybe take a leap on an idea that they had so that they can identify themselves, that's ultimately the goal. Again, this is just a community platform. Obviously, I'm going to share my ideas, try not to be too pushy on, merchandise and things like that. It's as simple as if you want to support, you can. You don't have to. I'm not doing it monetarily. The business side of things absolutely is for money, but it's money for a good cause, and it's just so that I can show my kids that you can make money doing what you love to do, and you can operate business in a way that doesn't have to be greedy, right? Like, when your cup's full, don't keep shoving shit into it. Feed somebody else and put something else in somebody else's cup. It's really not that hard. So hopefully that resonates with you guys, and hopefully it's something that you guys can get behind. And if not, then I totally understand. There's a bunch of content, a bunch of shit out there you can feed yourself full of, like straight what is it, this is the end, the manja, people want the shit, give them the shit. If that's what you want, go ahead, but we're gonna have fun and we're gonna make some money, and I got some great ideas, and I'd really love to just kind of share them with you, share my experiences, share some stories along the way, and let's just try to, break out of this repetitive generational cycle that, unfortunately has been created for us. So with that being said, again, we'll jump right into it. So first off, what we're going to be doing is just hyper-focusing on golf, actually. So I'm going to be golfing a lot this year. Friends of mine, family of mine are going to be golfing a lot this year. We're going to be recording a lot of content. I'm also starting a business around golf, so that's going to be cool. It's a service-based business. Kind of different. We're going to do a concierge style service for your clubs. You spend a lot of money on your golf clubs, you pick them out, you dial in the set that you do. I've just noticed as I golf with a lot of people that the maintenance for the clubs has kind of fell by the wayside. I don't personally want to abuse, $15,000, $2,000 worth of sticks, that way. So I've taken it upon myself to kind of start regulating my equipment, my clubs, my bags, my shoes, a little bit more. If I'm gonna love the game, you gotta love all the tools with it, right? Good mechanics take care of their tools. They clean them, they prep them, they grease them. They cycle through them when they're good, when they're bad. Much like a tradesman for his carpet, much like a construction worker with his power tools, his jackhammers, his fucking hard hat. If his hard hat's got a crack in it, I doubt he's going to want to be putting it on. So, if your club's got shit in the grooves, you're going to be losing, one degree off can cost you 10, 15 yards. So, with that being said, we're really just going to humble ourselves and put ourselves around the game. Old school style, just like the old shoe shiner sitting outside of the saloon offering to, shine your shoes for you is essentially what we're going to do. But what this does is it really just shows my passion for the game, being willing to learn from any and everybody, and I'm humble, right? Like, I'm not too proud to make a buck, I'm not too proud to clean a shoe, wipe a club, and make sure that it gets good treatment if I truly love the game, right? It's just something where my dad drove by golf courses every day on his way to work, and I think it really bugged him that he felt like he was like missing out on something. So I was like, yeah, I took it upon myself to want to do that during the day, or at least be around it, just to kind of, maybe he had a chip on his shoulder. Maybe this is my way of just kind of putting myself in a position to kind of take that chip off for him, even though he's no longer around. But then I really just learned to love the game. And with that being said, when he would talk to me about, 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, these guys are out there golfing and having a good time. And he's a little envious, and you could hear it in his voice. It meant it was possible to be around what you love, right? And those guys had to have made money or made money at some point, so they earned that right to be there. But in today's age, with technology the way that it is, opportunity what it can be, there's no reason that you can't get paid to do what you love to do. So, I mean, a couple of my buddies, hopefully in the comment, they'll attest to this. I've even been asking them, if money wasn't the forefront of your thought process, what is it that you find yourself doing, or what would you love to do? And a lot of people don't really know how to answer that. So because of that, it's kind of what really I had a hard time answering that. My wife, soon to be, do what's going to make you happy. Do what's going to make you happy, right? Well, you got to think about what you love to do, and then you think about why it makes you happy, and then you think, is there a way to monetize it or make money off of it? So it's not easy. You got to be creative. You got to be patient with yourself. You got to understand that you're going to sacrifice a lot. And I think that's one thing that, we sacrifice so much for our bosses and businesses, and I don't think they ever realize it because they have to make a sacrifice as well. But with that being said, you still got to know on a human level that it's an exchange of time for currency, and because somebody's willing to make that exchange to provide for their family and be a better person and put their responsibilities first, you can't take advantage of that, right? And I think people forget that. Management forgets that. Leaders forget that. And I guess that's the big difference between leaders and managers, right? A manager wants to manage a team. A leader wants to lead a team. And there's a huge difference. I learned that. And that was the cool part about being humbled. And I heard on this podcast with the whole AI boom is like, you really want to move forward with AI, is like, go to work. Go get a job. And the reason being is because we're all systematically programmed to just go to work, pay the bills, get rest, go to work, pay the bills. And so he's right. This revolution that's happening with AI, the world is pretty dormant. And I hate to call out a lot of my people, a lot of my friends and family are kind of fallen subject to that, and they don't really understand what's going on around them. And then with this war happening, I don't even want to talk about it because it's politics. It is what it is, and the world is going to change, and we have to be ready for that. With that being said, wars can be terrible, right? So if the end of the road comes tomorrow, did you do what made you happy today? And so I had to start thinking about that, and I had to start thinking about how 3 years ago I was fired the day after my daughter was born from a small company, because of some personal things that I said about a manager there that didn't take very well. And it had a little bit of professional implications, and that's fine. Business is business. And I wouldn't want somebody to say that behind my back, but also I don't know that I would be a leader that would allow that to be said, because I focus on transparency and communication. But with that being said, I also lost a job 2 weeks before Christmas, the dealership. And it is what it is. I'm always okay financially and mentally and physically and spiritually. It's just funny that, those are the times, right? So you don't know if it's abuse of power. You don't know if it's the universe kind of sending you a sign, or if it's really just people trying to be funny and let's hit him when he thinks he's down or he's vulnerable or what have you. And it's like, at the end of the day, this is like my fuck you, watch me moment, right? I'm always going to be okay because of the resilience that I had instilled in me from my parents. As long as my feet fucking work and my hands move and my brain works, I'm going to be okay. And I think we all have to remember that. We all have unique skills and an unfair advantage that will allow us to succeed in the midst of what looks like failure. I mean, am I doing wonderful? Absolutely not. Is it a transition? Absolutely. But I bet it all on myself. I don't work for anybody else anymore. I work for me. And the day that I made that commitment, I made $2,000 in one sale for myself. So I know it's possible. $2,000 isn't anything to write home about, but that was one day and one 4-hour window and one product. And if I could do that with that, you could do it with anything. I've learned to sell for 5 years. Thankfully, my cousin taught me to sell at the dealership. His team taught me to sell there. The flooring company I worked for taught me to sell there. Carpet industry, carpet cleaning service, when I was 20, taught me to sell there. I've been selling since I was 9 years old, when I was running a card game for my dad at the bowling alley, at Paragon Bowling Alley. Now people would want to be, oh, not this week, I don't got it this week. I understand, right? You could not want to invest the $5, you're not confident in yourself right now, or you could take a chance on yourself, turn 5 into 50, maybe $60, and now you've paid for the rest of the night, your bar tab, and you and your wife can get something to eat at home, right? I mean, it's all a matter of how you want to look at it. Sometimes when you bet on yourself, good things happen, and sometimes they don't. It's $5, have fun, right? And so I did that for years when they bowled there, and that's where I met some of my greatest friends. Some of the greatest people that taught me so much about life and perspective and myself is around that bowling community. And so I say all that to say your perspective is shaped by your experience and your exposure. And because of that, you do have something valuable to offer. And I want you to remember that. And I don't mean to be a motivational speaker or anything like that, but it's true. I've had a lot of people look down on me, and I've looked down on myself. I say the most foul shit to myself. So that way, when you think it, I've already said it, it can't hurt me. That's a defense mechanism, right? But with that being said, it's a superpower. Because I'm 100% accountable for everything that I've done, everything that I've touched, every word that I've said, every word that I haven't said, every action I haven't done. Be accountable. And that will allow you a perspective to where you no longer can blame anything or anybody, but you realize that it's just you. Right? And kind of like me talking to this camera right now, it is just me. There's nobody around. Kids aren't here. Wife's not here. You're not here. But I'm hoping that whether you're listening to this, whether you're watching this, again, I'm still in my basement. Haven't done a whole lot to the backdrop, waiting till I figure out what I really want to do. But if you're listening, I hope it resonates. I hope you take something from it. And again, it's not meant to be motivational. It's kind of business. It's, pursuit of passion. We're just really focused on what we're passionate about. And speaking to you guys and delivering this message is what I'm passionate about. I couldn't wait to record. I had to find my camera. Again, trying new things so I can just make sure that you guys are getting good content. Because, again, I don't want to monetize the channel itself, but I want you guys to spend time here. And when you do, you leave here with something. You leave here thinking about your life a little bit differently. You leave here thinking about an opportunity that may be there, or a thought or an idea. That's what my hope is with all this, is that as I learn and grow, I inspire you guys maybe to learn and grow too, right? I can't change the world. I don't want to fucking change the world. But if I can change how some of you guys experience it and how some of you guys perceive it, then it's up to us collectively to change the world. And I know people have a lot of fucking fun around me, and I know there's some good vibes, and I got some good perspective. And so I just want to share that with this community. And as I learn and grow business-wise, and I'm able to venture out on my own, literally every day that I'm living, I can record content for you guys to show you that if I can do it, you can too, right? And if I fail publicly. But that's okay, because at least I tried, right? I'm okay with failing. Be okay with failing. My wife gave me this sticker, and it's, don't be afraid to fail, be afraid not to try. Super cliche, found it in the midst of all this. But that's how much she believes in me. That's how much she believes in me, and I fucking love that. So because of that, I've been able to commit to myself in a way that I haven't done since I was 348 pounds and I got down to 219. Because I wanted to join the military to join my best friend. who was in the Air Force, and I wanted to join the Navy. And I lost a bunch of weight, and I remember when I told the recruiter that I wanted to, he gave me 2 pamphlets and said, go lose 120 pounds and we'll talk. So I took my pamphlets and I worked every day for 6 months, and I got down to 219.
This episode is also brought to you by Social Nutrition. That's Social Nutrition in Coopersville, Michigan. They got shakes, teas, coffees, bowls. Going to be open from weekdays 7:30 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's Social Nutrition. Be social, be healthy.
He said, lose 20 more pounds and we'll schedule your ASVAB and we'll start the process, and go get your vision checked out, maybe get a physical so you kind of know where you're at, see if there's anything that's going to be a problem. And so I lost all that weight, I put all that time in, and I have keratoconus, so I have degenerative scar tissue, and because of my lenses, and because of my vision, I was going to be disqualified. Like, there's nothing I could do. There's no amount of weight. There's no job. There's no military service or armed service that I could join because it was a liability, just 100%. I mean, I'm wearing these glasses because they're blue lens glasses. If you look deep enough, and what most people know, I do have contacts that are scleral lenses. So that shocked me, right? It shocked me. But I say that to say that the discipline's always been there. I just had to find it, right? I just had to remember where I was and who I was when I'm optimally using that discipline. I tell everybody I'm either military strict or there's no discipline at all. And I'm hoping that by doing this in front of you guys and in front of the camera that I just stay military disciplined. Because the things that I can accomplish if I stay on that path are, again, I can't change the world, but they're going to change some perspectives, and they're going to change some experiences. But most importantly, it's going to change my experience, and it's going to change my kids' perspective. And they're going to know what fucking grit looks like. And they're going to know what hard work looks like. But they're going to know what patience looks like. And they're going to know what love looks like. It is fucking exhausting to not sleep for 30 hours and look at your kid who's yelling and screaming at you just because she wants some attention and be soft. It's exhausting knowing your partner wants a little bit of attention and you're so focused on the future. But you swallow it anyway. And you put everything down and you take that moment to let her feel seen and let her feel heard. And I'm sorry, but it's hard. And I don't want to give this grand illusion that this shit's easy. It's fun as fuck. I have fun. I wake up early in the morning. I get to see my kids when I want. I get to fucking feed them if I want. Or I get to hoard myself into a computer screen and just dial in. Or as you'll see, like now I have a golf net. I can go outside and use that for therapy to escape. But I'm still working on what I'm passionate about, and they're seeing that every day and every moment. Your kids will not do what you tell them to do. They will be who you show them to fucking be. And for girls, for girl dads, you're the standard. You're the, this is what I'm good enough for example in their life. I've been a girl dad for 8 years and I just realized that at 33. It's a hard pill to swallow. And it's tough. And we're all just kids. We want to be kids and want to have fun. But at some point, you gotta put the responsibility and the discipline and the hard shit first. Because that's what's going to allow you the freedom. That's what's going to show the universe that you're worthy of the abundance that you seek and speak of. I don't want to get preachy. I fucking love y'all. Especially if you're watching this channel right now. That means you're a fucking real one to me. And if you're watching this, and you didn't know me before, I appreciate you. And I hope that this resonates. And if it doesn't, keep clicking. Go on, spend your time with garbage. Feed them the shit if they want the shit. I'll give you whatever you want. But this channel is for authenticity. It's for grit. It's for making a fucking bag. Because the world's changing, and if you're gonna be asleep, then baby, I'm a wolf. I'll fucking eat the shit out of some sheep. But I'm gonna take all of that, and we're gonna teach the tribe how to go hunt. We're gonna teach the community how to take care of each other. If you want to sacrifice yourself for the greater good, so be it. I will not allow us to. For there is enough abundance here for all of us to enjoy. And it takes one person to show us that. It's hard. It's gritty. It's dirty. It's nasty. It's emotional. It's physical. It's mental. It's spiritual. But if you stay the course and you treat people right, and you have some discipline, and you have a lot of respect, and you're humble, you can have the world. You can have your cake and eat it too. Just don't be a shitty person. You are in control of your life. With that being said, the concierge service is going to be great. It is going to be phenomenal. I'm going to offer pickup and delivery service. It's going to basically, hopefully I got to partner up with some different local golf courses. Tyler Ladwig, hopefully he lets me start there. I've noticed that a lot of pro shops don't have the cleaning service. So that'd be cool. Hopefully if I can give them some marketing, maybe some kickback if I have to from revenue, something like that. Just come up with a partnership. The other cool thing is as I'm developing more of my skills into AI, I'm learning more about marketing, lead generation, the business side of things, right? To where I'm able to kind of automate responses, get AI agents set up for phone calls and email monitoring, and you can put your team into these chats as well. So it's just things that I'm learning, and as I'm learning, I'm going to implement. I'm actually reaching out to my barber right now because, shout out Mario, I know you had a little family thing going on and you're taking care of yours, and I respect that, big homie. So with that being said, like that text message said, I really would like to kind of create you guys, a website and a platform, and free of charge. That way, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I get to learn, but then maybe you get some publicity either way. And then, if I get a cut or two, so be it. I'll sponsor you for sure. You can sponsor me and I can give you a shout out. So with that being said, shout out to the Dream Team, Mario, Wisconsin over there, or Wyoming, not Wisconsin, Wyoming, Michigan, over there off of Porter. The Dream Team Barbershop, go ahead and hit him up. His name's Mario. It's my boy. Went to school with him when I was a kid, and he's just real smart. He's got a good community, a good team around him, and I need to go see him for a haircut because I cheated on him, and I don't want him to be mad at me. So that's why we're offering to give him a free spot today, because I had to cheat on him because I was getting in front of the camera. And so with that being said, again, we're going to have the concierge service for the golf clubs. I'm going to work on my skills working with AI, so hopefully I can develop small businesses. A lot of my friends and family have small business. Jasmine, if you're watching, I know you have a business. Quentin has his mobile mechanic business. These are the Lopez side of my family, the Bennetts. So I know a lot of my friends and family are entrepreneurs. Steve Inlet Realty, Katrina Schickwerder, she has her realty and her real estate firm. So I mean, there's a lot of just small businesses that are around me in my community, and I feel like if we can kind of pull together, we can all help each other grow, and that's all I'm trying to do. It's network. Everybody needs a guy, and I know a lot of people. So as I've kind of branded myself, like the Bulldog just wants to be the guy, right? Like if you need anything, you call me. I know people from construction, mechanics, again, real estate. I know lawyers, marketing teams, entrepreneurs. I know people that run franchises. I know people that run corporations, Fortune 500s. Really just a dive, cops and detectives and everything like that. So I mean, I just have a wide branch of people that I know from the experience and exposure that I've had, cooks and things like that from different kitchens, and then again, factory workers and golf course maintenance teams, and I've just kind of done a lot of different shit and been exposed to different people. So that's where this community project comes from. And I was gonna save it for kind of the next episode, but I've already put the pieces together. Talked to my attorney and structured it in a way that I think kind of makes sense. I just have to actually file some of the paperwork to structure it this way. But as the plan sits now, we are going to start a wholesaling division. So it's going to be BPC Wholesale. And it's going to be a business that's under the foundation that we're going to have officially launch here in the next, I want to say 2 weeks, for paperwork purposes. But we're going to start a foundation for post-military, wounded vets, PTSD, and law enforcement, firefighters, law enforcement, basically unsung heroes of the world, people that get forgotten about after putting their life on the line for us. I believe in democracy. I believe in organized chaos, and that's what we have here. I like what we have. We have freedom, we have choice, we have opportunity, and I like that. I want to remember that, and I want our other generation to remember that there's people that sacrifice themselves to give us that. So with that being said, I'm going to start it as a nonprofit. The resale is going to go strictly through the nonprofit. That way we can just kind of exponentially grow that mission. My direct mission, and I'm saying this to the camera, is to raise more money than any other company has for post-military PTSD, wounded vets, or house more than any company, more soldiers, ex-soldiers. You're never really an ex-soldier, ex-military. I want to house more of them than any other company. So between the two, I want to raise more money or house more of them than any other company or organization has done to this day. That is a huge, huge undertaking. And it's very personal to me because I couldn't join the military. But more than that, my best friend since I was in middle school is still active in the Air Force. I've had a lot of friends and family in the Air Force. I've had some pass away that didn't make it home. I've seen and lived with PTSD from a soldier that had to do some things that he wasn't proud of, and when he came home, he wasn't right with it, and inevitably he didn't make it. Not that he took his own life, he was in the process of and didn't take care of himself the way that he needed to, and he's a good guy. And he was a really good guy, and he was humble, and he was educated, and he was disciplined, and he was just young. Well, thank you so much for staying till the end. I really appreciate your time. Hopefully you've hit that like and subscribe button by now. Just want to make sure that you're staying up to date on all the content to come. Listen, guys, at the end of the day, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. But you got to understand that there's value that I'm trying to give you guys in the form of perspective. And the way that I give you that perspective is just sharing my thoughts, my feelings, my experiences, and my take and outlook on things. So, with that being said, I'm super excited about the projects that we have coming down the pipeline. You're more than welcome to support the channel in any way, shape, and form. Go on all my platforms. I have my TikToks, my Instagrams. I'm going to have a Discord set up so that the community can kind of stay involved in the chat. And as I have ideas, I want to kind of implement them. But also get you guys involved, right? I want to know what you guys think of different things. I want to get feedback from some good, some bad. Obviously, all criticism's good criticism, even if it's biased and you're just telling me to fuck off, right? Because that tells me that at least I'm making somebody upset to the point where I'm doing something right. But in all seriousness, though, the criticism helps and the conversation helps. I'm one person. I have a lot of good ideas. I know I do. But I want to hear some feedback on how to make them better and get you guys involved, because then you're more inclined to want to help out, support, because you could see your idea literally being implemented in real time on camera. You can come with us to community events and implement them yourself. We're not being whores or greedy with information or tools and things that we learn. We're going to share them as we go along. Hopefully get to a point where we're fluent enough to show some of you guys and really just build the community to help communities around us. I'm just trying to make a difference in people's lives as best I can. And I always knew it was going to be a big undertaking for a project once I became a true entrepreneur and really just bet it all on myself. And that's, I think, some of the self-sabotage leading up to this point, is that I was just like, I'm ready for it and I know what I want to do. I just don't know that I'm ready to do it yet. And so that's why all this is kind of coming into fruition now, and I hope that you guys can take maybe a little bit of motivation from it, maybe look at something that you enjoy doing a little bit differently and think, there's an approach to spend more time doing it. With all that being said, man, I really do support you guys. I really do appreciate you guys, and for those of you that truly know me, I'm a text message away if you need anything. Truly. Phone call, text message. For those of you that think you want to get to know me or have anything to say, all my channels, I still manually check all my messages, emails, everything like that. So shoot me a DM, shoot me a message. Let's talk. If you got an idea, if you are curious about something that I said, if you want some perspective on something, let me know. Let me know what I can do to help. I'm super here, super open, willing. My wife's very understanding. My kids are great. And so with that being said, they know that when I'm here, I'm working, and when I'm here not working, I'm still working. But they're very, very patient and respectful of everything that I have going on. I don't know if you saw, my daughter even came down here for a little bit and was dancing in the doorway. So yeah, it's super fun. We're all having a good time. We're enjoying the mission. We're enjoying the goal. And we're really looking forward to helping out a lot of people. And I hope that you guys are too. With that being said, I love you. Be safe. Do well. Try to learn something new every once in a while. And that's a wrap. We'll talk to you guys soon.